everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my brand new YouTube channel. I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping to teach a lot of people a lot of little tricks and things that they did not know about painting techniques, particularly fluid dynamics, pour painting. You hear flip cups and stuff like that, and that's what I'm going to be teaching. But also, to go right along with that, is I do landscape painting and seascapes and stuff like that, and those kind of paintings I'll occasionally feature those too, and those will be for sale, just like all of my art. After I've completed a project on here, I'll post the price and the final photo of what it turned out like will be on my Facebook page, and you can actually purchase it from there. So if you look in the links below this video, you'll see links to my Facebook page as well as my Redbubble site and various ways to contact me. But today what we're going to do is we're going to make a cradle board. And for those of you that are not familiar with a cradle board, what it is instead of buying just canvas, stretched canvases, you can also paint on cradle boards. They're made out of, let's see, I'll show you, 1x2s, 2x2s, whichever you want to use, and a wonderful product called MDF. And it's lightweight board. It's not, plywood is rough and it'll splinter and all that. MDF doesn't do that. It's kind of a pressed, kind of almost like a cardboard version, but it's got a real slick surface, which makes painting really actually pretty nice. The cradle board, let me see here. When you make one, it kind of turns out like this. It's got the back on it, and you can put your eyes and wire it to hang it, or a hanging hooks at the top of it if that's what you prefer. And then you've got the smooth surface to paint on. This is an example of one of my pours that I did, and I did it directly on the board. I didn't even gesso or anything. If you need a little bit more rough texture, if you need something that's really going to grip what you're doing, I guess you can gesso, but for purposes of pouring, work just fine for me. I'm going to be doing some resin art in the future, and that's kind of what I'm doing these cradle boards for, is because I want to be able to do some practice with the resin before I actually go out and buy some really big, beautiful, gorgeous canvases that I'm excited about getting a chance to go do. But anyways, okay, so I'm going to give you a supplies list of what you'll need. Your boards, of course, your MDF board is going to cost you anywhere between $9 and $15, depending on what region of the country you're in. Get it at Lowe's, Home Depot. You take your piece of paper and figure out, it's a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet, like a regular standard size sheet of plywood. And you can cut it up in whatever dimensions that you want your cradle boards to be. And so plan it out before you go, and get your tape measure out and figure out exactly how many canvases you want out of it. I think I got like 8 canvases out of the first sheet I cut. And the beauty of it is, I think it's Home Depot, it might be Lowe's, it might be both. They will cut the boards for you, the exact sizes that you ask them to. Just ask nice, be nice, and they'll cut them up for you. The 1x2s, those I actually cut myself, because the first time I did this, I didn't allow for the fact that the 1x2 is 1.5 inches wide, not 2 inches wide. So when I got home and laid them out like this and expected this piece to go right here and fit, what I found out was that I ended up having a big gap at the other end of the board because I did not make the calculation for the difference. And I know better than that, but now I definitely know better than that. Don't do that. So it's easier for me to just break out the saw, the miter saw, and cut these to length, to whatever length I want them. and make them fit perfectly. And what else we're going to have besides our materials, we're also going to need clamps. These are, you can get a whole bag full of these little plastic versions that work just fine. At Home Depot's, Lowe's, they sell them. You're going to need some wood putty. That's for any little gaps along the edges that you need to fill in just to make everything look neat and tidy and professional. I use liquid nails. To me, it's just, I'd rather have the peace of mind of knowing that it's going to stick and it's going to stay, and I don't have to worry about the whole thing falling apart after I've created a masterpiece on it. So, and also a foam sander. I use the heck out of this thing. You have no idea. Invest in one. It's worth it. Especially if you like cradle boards and you're going to be making a bunch of them. You can sand it by hand if you want to, the edges. But personally, I don't believe any artist should not have a palm sander, or any household for that matter. For those of you that are married with a husband at home, ask him, where's his sander at? He's got one, I promise. Okay, so here we go. Here's what we're going to do first. We're going to take our pieces and we're going to give ourselves a good little line of liquid nails down the piece. You want it to be a little thick like that. Can you see? Yeah, yeah. Because you want to get real good contact. Oh, another little thing to do when you're cutting your boards, write the measurement on the board. That way you'll know which pieces go with which board. When you've cut up a whole bunch of them and you got you a giant stack that looks like fire kindling, you'll want to know, where'd the 14-inch pieces go? Yeah. So write it on there. It doesn't hurt a thing. You can even paint the back of these if you want to. Okay. And we got our liquid nails on there. These are really actually pretty easy to make. So once you get your liquid nails on there, you go ahead and you put it down on your side here. And before you attach this corner piece, put a little bit on the end of this piece and the end of this one. Flip that over. Get it attached to my board. And then I'm going to flip this one over. Okay, now I've got this one pulled up to the edges, just like that. Make sure I got room for this one down here. Don't have it pushed too far. Get these all the way to the edges as close as I can. You want it to be flush all the way down, both sides. Now, to start with, I'm going to go ahead and take my clamp. I'm going to clamp the board down here and get these things to cooperate. And do one on the other side. Okay. And I have to put one on this second piece as well. Making sure that it's all the way to the edge, like I want it to be. Very good. Different brand clamp. These little bitty ones are not as strong as the bigger ones. So I use those for the sides because I really want good strong contact along these, on the corner pieces. And I've got some big ones over here too, up in the rafters. Alright, I'm going to spin this around. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm actually going to leave it where you guys can see. Again, I'm going to put some glue here and here. And flip this over. Put it into place. Good and tight. There we go. And then that gets left to dry. Put some more clips all the way around. And if there's any excess glue that kind of squirts out the side, go ahead and remove that. Take you a wet, damp cloth and just wipe any excess glue that comes out anywhere, because, you know, it might not be as easy to sand the liquid nails as it is to sand other parts. Now, I'll move this out of the way and show you an example of one. Okay, now this is one that's already been put together, and I've got a couple of spots where it needs, I don't know if you can see that, but we've got like a little chip right here, a little spot that's not as smooth as the rest of it. Okay, so I'm going to use the wood putty there, and that's real simple to do too. Take out your wood putty. This is a little on the dry side, but you know, you need it. You play with it a little bit like Play-Doh. It'll be all right. It really will. Okay, so my little spot here. Take my putty knife, and I'm going to push it into the spot where I want it. You can even use your fingers. It's no biggie. And that will bond to your wood. Let it dry. According to the package instructions, always read the instructions. Don't act like a man. Well, no offense, men. There's some men out there that might be learning from me too, so I take that back. Read the instructions. But you let that dry. I usually leave it alone until the next day. And then I come back and use my sander, my palm sander, to sand and finish. All this edge right here has had the putty on it, because when I finished there was a little gap, little tiny gap. But you put the sander on there, smooth it all out. It's like glass, no splinters, no nothing. And there you have a cradle board that's ready to be painted on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now make sure down at the bottom below this video you hit the subscribe button, because I promise there will be a lot more videos in the future, and I'll be teaching you a lot of things, a lot of information about painting and artwork and tricks and tips that, well, you want to save a little bit of money and you want to save a whole lot of headache trying to research and find out all this stuff by yourself. You'll want to subscribe to my channel. I'm a natural born researcher, and there hasn't been a project yet that I couldn't figure out how to do. So I will do the work, and you tune in here to get the answers. Bye.